Hello, everybody. Thank you, Isaac, Shannon and Nicola for joining me this morning. It's really appreciated. I think we're here to discuss apprenticeships within your organisation. So I think first of all, we'll just briefly introduce ourselves. So as you know, my name is Charlotte Hadley. I'm your key account manager and have worked with you now for over 4 years, going on 5 years, supporting you with recruitment, training requirements for apprenticeships within various positions within your business organisation. So over to you, Isaac, to introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you. So my name's Isaac Storer. I've worked for my organisation for 13 and a half years.
Wow.
My current role is the customs manager, and as part of that, I oversee the training and learning and development team. So the reason I'm involved with the apprenticeship is because that falls under that area. So I'm responsible for the recruitment of the apprentices for our department, and then the day-to-day management of them as well.
Fantastic, excellent stuff. Over to you, Shannon.
Hi, I'm Shannon Hill, and I've been working for my organisation for over a year now, and I'm one of the customs apprentices. And my job is mainly collecting information for the customs declarations.
Fantastic, thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Nicola Kenny. I've been with our company for 2.5 years now, and my job is the internal auditor here. I completed my apprenticeship midway through last year, and then I was offered a full-time position instead.
Fantastic stuff. That's brilliant, guys. Thank you so much for sharing. So let's discuss apprenticeships. I've got a few questions for you all, if that's okay. So we'll start with Shannon and Nicola. I guess it's just a bit of an introduction to your job role and what your job role entails and the kind of responsibilities that sit within that. So whoever would like to go first.
I don't mind.
Yeah, go on then, Shannon.
Yeah. So my job is mainly collecting information from customers for us to make the customs declaration for HMRC. We answer a lot of calls as well to help assist the customer and answer any queries that they may have. And we also use the phone to make outbound calls, as we use that as our first point of contact to make sure we have everything needed from them for that customs declaration.
Excellent. Sounds very varied and quite exciting, I'm guessing.
Very, yeah.
Excellent. And what about yourself, Nicola?
So like I say, I'm the internal auditor here, so we carry out audits on every single department on site. We also cover 3 sites, and we travel to them all to check that compliance is there on all the sites. We check legal requirements, health and safety requirements, and then just any general standards that are set by the company, we check that they're being adhered to. And in my role as well, my manager is the environmental officer, so I also support with environmental projects and reporting on the environmental figures, and that we're compliant in an environmental term as well, because obviously there's CO2 levels that you can emit, and if we hit those, then we have to take action.
Sounds very important, the roles that you play.
I like to think so.
Definitely. Oh, thank you so much for that. And a quick question for yourself then, Isaac. So why do you hire apprenticeships in the organisation as opposed to perhaps qualified staff?
Yeah, so the reason really that we recruit apprentices kind of alongside our usual recruitment is it forms part of our social responsibility, really. So as an organisation, we invest a lot of time into giving the relevant training and support for all of our apprentices. And I feel as a result of that, we in turn get like really highly motivated and driven employees that essentially are going to go on to be the future of our organisation.
Excellent, fantastic. And it's been really successful programme, hasn't it, for you in various departments within the organisation?
Yeah.
Thank you. So Shannon, why did you decide to do an apprenticeship?
I decided to do the apprenticeship because we gain a lot of knowledge as we move teams in our department. So we learn about the import processes, the export, our quality team, our compliance team. So we get more knowledge and skills. And then at the end, we also get the qualification. But with that, with the moving teams, we also get a lot of experience and interact with more people within the office as well.
Fantastic, brilliant. And what about yourself, Nicola? Why did you decide to do an apprenticeship?
I think for me, after I completed my A-levels, I wasn't sure whether to go to uni and carry on studying or come into a workplace. I enjoyed studying my A-levels and I worked part-time at the same time. So really an apprenticeship could offer me both. I was still able to gain another qualification, carry on learning, which is something I enjoy. But I was also getting exposed to a workplace and gaining some other key skills that I can take with me wherever I end up in the rest of my career.
Perfect, that's wonderful stuff. Thank you for that. Isaac, you've got several apprentices on programme within your organisation. What do you look for in a potential apprentice when you're recruiting?
Yeah, okay. So for me, I would look, often when people are looking to apply for apprenticeships, they don't necessarily have a great deal of work experience under the belt. So I'll tend to look to see if they can demonstrate the attributes that our organisation looks for. So we look for speed, passion, right first time, and a can-do attitude. So I think if someone's able to demonstrate that they're willing to learn, and they're willing to develop themselves, then often they're the right fit for us, and we can work alongside them and get them to where they need to be.
That's brilliant. Thank you for sharing that. Shannon, so you're currently on your apprenticeship programme, and key aspects of your apprenticeship is lots about knowledge, skills and behaviours. What do you think that you've learned so far whilst on your apprenticeship?
So I've learned a lot of knowledge about the different processes that we have. There's a wide variety that there is within our department. So I've learned a lot about that and how to be adaptable and help out other teams with the experience I've previously had on them. We've also learned a lot of communication skills and also time management to balance our college work alongside our work that we do on a daily basis.
Fantastic, thank you. And Nicola, when you were on your apprenticeship, how did you find the managing of your time, so balancing it with the qualification against the job role?
I must admit it was fantastic. Very lucky that it is a great company and they really do want you to succeed. So they would communicate with me. They would say, what work do you have on this week? And then we would together work out how to balance workload with any coursework that was given by the college. And then also there was some dedication to do some bits at home. So I really got the best out of my apprenticeship.
Amazing, thank you very much. So Isaac, what have been the benefits to yourself and to your organisation of apprentices joining the business?
So I think, like I said before, you tend to get really highly motivated employees as a result of apprenticeship. You've got people that are really wanting to learn, wanting to learn and adapt to the way that we work. A lot of the apprentices that we've taken on haven't, like I said, haven't necessarily had lots of work experience. So we're probably the first organisation they've worked for. So it's much easier for them to get behind our culture and our values and take those forward. So yeah, it's the mindset really that they're wanting to better themselves and start a career within our organisation.
Absolutely, and I think what helps to support that as well at the very start of the journey is very much you have a robust recruitment process and an interviewing process, don't you, to identify the right people to join the business as well.
Yeah, definitely, and then that follows through with the training program that we have in place as well, which some of the Shannon and Nicola touched on. So they go through the full training, and we invest a lot of time in supporting them throughout their apprenticeship as well.
Lovely, thank you for sharing. Shannon, how do you think your apprenticeship will help you with your long-term career goals? Probably a big question, isn't it? But...
Yeah, I think it helps as we've had a lot of knowledge from moving teams and getting a lot of experience with them. Not everyone gets a chance to move to all the teams and get all the knowledge. So having that and then being able to adapt to them all and having the experience from them all will help, as well as the qualification at the end, as it's also something that not everyone else would have within the department.
Definitely. Lovely, thank you for that. Isaac, how have apprenticeships met expectations, or certainly your personal expectations?
So I've been involved with the apprenticeships probably for the last 3 years, and each year they've met my expectations and, to be honest, exceeded it. Like Shannon touched on, they move around the department, they learn so much in a short space of time, and they really take that and run with it. The apprentices that I've worked alongside have become either key members of the customs department, or in a lot of cases they've progressed within it. So we've got previous apprentices that are now senior agents and even supervisors within the department, you know, in quite a short space of time.
Yeah, wonderful. That's brilliant. Thank you. Nicola, what would you say has been your greatest achievement to date?
In terms of my apprenticeship, I finished and got a distinction as my overall grade. So for me, obviously, that was really, really great. I worked really hard. The company worked really hard with me and gave me every opportunity to do my best. So being able to come in on the day that I got my distinction and tell my boss and tell the directors here, because we all worked really closely, that I'd done so well, it really was a great feeling. And then obviously, of course, being offered a full-time position after I finished my apprenticeship, I think it's everyone's perhaps concern what will happen when I get to the end. I've got to give it that here they 100% are committed, that if you can show that you're dedicated, they'll put their time and effort back into you.
Definitely. It's a two-way thing, isn't it?
100%, and you really do get that here in terms of the training and then the support once you finish.
Oh, lovely. Thank you for sharing. Isaac, what advice would you give to other organisations that were considering taking on an apprentice?
Do it. Go for it. You know, like some of the points we've touched on. I mean, the advice I'd say is if you're doing it, you need to be committed to supporting and mentoring them throughout that journey. Like you've just said, it is a two-way thing. But the rewards are definitely worth it if you're willing to put the time and investment into them. You definitely get the payback at the end of that. And like I said, you get motivated staff that are committed to the company's values and ultimately they're wanting to progress like up the career ladder within your organisation.
Absolutely, brilliant, thank you. And Shannon, what would you suggest as a recommendation for anybody thinking about starting an apprenticeship?
I would say definitely go for it. There's a lot more opportunities and experience you can get compared to a normal job. But they're also very supportive and they want you to develop as much as you want to develop yourself. And then you always get the qualification at the end of it as well, which is always quite nice.
Definitely, that's lovely. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today. I think that brings us nicely to the end of our chat about apprenticeships today. Thank you once again.
Thanks.
Thank you.